Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Two things in today's video. In the beginning of the video, big announcement, a really huge one for me, but also for the channel, so I'm extremely happy to share that one with you, so bear with me. And secondly, second part of the video, the top 10 moments of 2024. I was looking today for the papers, there are no papers because they are not working, no big huge breaking news from J Medical or from the Mercato, so I think it's really the moment to do it, even if Juventus still needs to play against Fiorentina for the very last game of 2024. Best wishes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday to all of you that are watching today's video. That's important message. Thank you for taking a bit of precious time from your family, for your friends, to be here together with me. Thank you for that. Look, when we are in Christmas period, the day, the 25th of December, we are always there thinking and we say, I have new wishes for myself, for the people I love, for the family, for the friends. We have new ambitions, new wishes, new goals that we are setting for ourselves. We wish everyone health, happiness, and that they succeed in everything. The best for everyone. But often, and too often I can say, we forget to be grateful for just what happened in the year. We forget what we already received, the wishes that you made 12 months ago that came true in the meanwhile, for everything that we already have. We forget that we are lucky sometimes. And I didn't forget personally, I don't forget, so I really wanted to thank all of you, every single one of you, for everything that you do for me, for being present every single moment of the day, for being my present every single day. Thank you for that. Look, it will all be impossible without you. That's really sincere. So grazie, Juventini of the world. Merry Christmas and the best. I wish you really the best, the very best, because you all deserve it, one by one. And that's where I'm grateful for the past, but I'm also grateful for the future. I'm grateful to have a community like you, because that's the moment of the big announcement. I have been invited by one of the extremely loyal fans of this channel since years, since 2020, to spend time in Saudi Arabia for the Supercoppa, following Juventus. So I will be in Saudi Arabia from the 2nd of January until the 7th. I will, of course, watch Juventus-Milan in the first semi-final. Hopefully Juventus can win, and we can also show you what is happening in the final against Inter or Atalanta, depending who will win that game. But I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely grateful for that opportunity. Follow the channel, of course, now, but also especially there on all social media, because in Saudi Arabia it will be my first time, a really huge experience where I received the opportunity to give you everything what is happening in that really beautiful country, but also following Juventus, what we are speaking about in today's video. So continue to follow the channel, to put a maximum of like, to put the notification ring on, because it will be big. And I'm extremely happy to not only tell you the Supercoppa from here, from a really beautiful studio, but also from there, on the spot. So thank you again to the person that knows, and you will discover it in the following day who it is. Ragazzi, now that we have said that, can we go towards the top 10 moments of Juventus 2024? It's always difficult for me to remember what were the best moments also, because when you have to pick 10, it's quite difficult to say that was the best moment, that was the best moment, maybe I missed one, maybe one moment was more important than the other. So you know what I did? I did it extremely simple today. I went on X, Twitter, and I asked on Grok, can you tell me the best 10 moments of Juventus Football Club 2024? 10 moments, I'm not sure if they put them in chronological order or not. I'm not sure about that, but let's go through, and then I will give you my recap about what I think after reading these 10 moments. The first one, Coppa Italia victory. Juventus won the Coppa Italia by defeating Atalanta in the final. It was a significant moment, especially with Dusan Vlahovic scoring the winning goal, highlighting the team's proneness in domestic competitions. Look, is that the very, very, very best moment of 2024 for Juventus Football Club? I think so. Because at the end, we are Juventini, we want to win. It was something that was missing since extremely long, a trophy. Too long, because we know it had 2 years without trophy. It's way too much. It's way too much. And we were back in winning that Coppa Italia. If I'm not wrong, it's number 15. Sometimes I forget to tell you how many we won. but it was a beautiful moment of peace, of celebration. So yeah, I agree with that. That would be my number one as well, the Coppa Italia victory. Tell me if you don't agree with that. The second one, according to Twitter, according to Grok, the AI, they're telling me the qualification for the Champions League. Juventus secured their third place in Serie A, qualifying for Champions League. And if yes, it's true that we all know why we didn't compete in Champions League or in any European competition in the season 23-24, so we missed it. Look, in 2024, being back in Champions League, thanks to the qualification of last year, was extremely important. Was important. But on the other side, watching that, reading that this is the second, I'm not sure if it's number 2 or not, but anyway, reading that at the second position, qualification for the Champions League, of course, as a Juventino, I am not happy. I cannot be happy. The management, the coach, the players, they can all tell me minimum top 4. You know, this is what we are targeting, minimum. And I underline and I speak about it. I put it in big, in bold, that word minimal, that is important, without putting us limits, when they're telling me that this is actually the second best thing that happened in 2024. I am sad, because that cannot be for any Juventino, that qualification for Champions League is something that we celebrate. So I would love to move on to the third point, Bremer's performance. We all know how much Bremer was important for the team. When I'm saying was, it's because he's injured since the beginning of the season. We see a pre-Bremer, a post-Bremer, especially with Thiago Motta. But Bremer's performance, winning actually the player of the season 23-24 for Juventus, was an important one. The growth of the Brazilian defender number 3 has been extremely important for Juve, has been doubted also by me, a lot by me, in him being able to play in a 4-man defense, and it's also before his injury a player that also showed us that also in the 4-man defense he could play. Seeing his extension with Juventus was a great one, was a big one, because we were speaking about him maybe leaving Juve. Being able to keep these kind of players that are the best of Juve, I believe he entered the top 11 of the season of Serie A, but I'm not sure anymore, was important, was extremely important. So yeah, Bremer's performances would have been there in my top 10. Dusan Vlahovic impact is number 4. Look, 18 goals across all competition. They are actually referring to the season 23-24, where with 18 goals across all competition was the best top scorer from Juventus Football Club. I checked a bit more into details. 24 goals so far. He still has 1 game to play against his ex-team Fiorentina. Maybe he cannot score, maybe he can score 1, 2, 3. You never know. So let's see with how many goals he will end. He has still 1 game to do it. Now, Vlahovic is at the center of the attention. The contract extension, his performances that are sometimes up. He is probably, I think, the best top scorer for 2024 across all teams. So we are speaking about a huge, big player, an important player that has also his ups and downs. But of course, a Dusan Vlahovic would probably be there in my top 10 because nobody else is scoring. So luckily we have a Dusan Vlahovic. Can he do better? Absolutely yet. But had we a lot on him? Absolutely yet. And I remember also that goal in Coppa Italia against, actually 2 goals, that were extremely important. You remember? What a game. What a game. A game that was actually meant for us to lose. Because they tried, but they didn't succeed. Because Juventus was stronger, because Dusan Vlahovic was stronger, because Hans Nicolosi was stronger in that day. Andrea Cambiaso breaks through is actually point number 5. Bravo. Bravo. Perfect point here. Number 5 for Andrea Cambiaso, breakthrough in the year 2024. It's a player that I welcomed in 23-24, a bit a la Cabal. Well, a good player, who knows? I saw him 1 time, 2 times. Good for the rotation, he will be a good player. And then we saw it last year with the new coach, that was Allegri for him. And then this year with Thiago Motta before his small injury. Andrea Cambiaso, incredible. Polyvalent player, can play in multiple roles, can play up, can play down, has shown an attachment to the shirt. I saw him live at a few centimeters from me while he had for the very first time that captain band of Juve. I'm happy. I'm grateful for having Andrea Cambiaso in our team, so I totally agree. Andrea Cambiaso should be there if we are speaking about individuals. Number 6, victory over Milan at San Siro. This is what X is telling me. Now, I'm not 100% sure that a single victory should be there, also because they are referring to the one that we won in October 2023 with a goal of Locatelli. So it's a pity. Look, I tell you the truth. When I'm asking to XAI, tell me the best 10 moments of Juve, and one of the 10 moments they are giving me a game that we won against Milan in San Siro in 2023, what does that mean? There were not a lot of moments. Probably I should have gone with the top 5 moments of Juve, because top 10 is even difficult for AI. 7. Juventus players at Euro 2024. Look, they were obliged to give me, and you see it, we start to go really in digging what else was good for Juve in 2024. The performances at Euro 2024, we all remember how Italy has been eliminated, so seeing Nicolo Fagioli at Euro was a good news after his year, was really a good news for us, even if there were some games where he didn't really perform. Federico Chiesa didn't perform that well, probably Andrea Cambiaso in one of the games. It was the Euro of if there was one beautiful Euro, it was the one of Calafiori. If Calafiori would have come to Juve, probably I would tell you that Euro 2024 had been really great. But on the other side, also probably because Euro 2024 Calafiori didn't come to Juve, so I don't want to put that in my top 10, or I don't agree with Grok. Tell me if you agree with me or not. They are also telling me Dusan Vlahovic was shining for the respective national team. I don't remember Dusan Vlahovic shining like not a lot of players, by the way, of Juventus. 8,700 Serie A win, and that's a really fresh one, the one that we won against Monza. Not a lot of people spoke about it because of the moment, because we are always looking further. Probably in a way correct, because at Juventus, as I told you, I would not love to stop too much at a single victory. A win against Monza, should we start celebrating it too much? Probably not, but 1,700 wins, because we are the biggest team in Italy for wins in Serie A, is really showing you how strong Juventus is, how strong and how solid, and what a beautiful history we have. So that's one of the things that probably I would have put in my top 10. Juventus new era. 9. The appointment of Thiago Motta as head coach, starting a new era with a new management, with a new squad, with a lot of changes. Probably what they are not writing here, but I think that a lot of people saw the stop of Massimiliano Allegri as one of their top 10 moments, because we all remember, let's not lie about it, how many people, probably the majority, was asking the head of the coach for a big changement. Probably we forget today, because some people were expecting something else from Thiago Motta, some people were expecting more from Thiago Motta, some people had maybe wrong expectations immediately to see from Thiago Motta, so it went a bit away. But I remember that probably if we are thinking about 2024, it had been a really beautiful moment, not only with Thiago Motta, with Pompilio, new management of Juve, sporting management, but also a lot of new players, like Koopmeiners. Finally, Koopmeiners came to Juve, the number 10 to Yildiz, Douglas Luiz, important signings. In that moment, it was really, really in the top 10 moments. Then, of course, when you know what happens later, you are not sure, and I want to come back towards the end of the video. Let me first finish with number 10, highlights, real saves, Szczesny. Look, they are putting me in the top 10. I don't know from where it comes, but a highlight of the best saves of Szczesny with Juventus. Look, this is something that I never would love to see in my top 10 moments. Why? Because if a goalkeeper is doing so many saves, or he brings you trophies, like in a final of Champions League, winning a penalty session, you never know, then I agree with it. But if you don't win anything, and one of the highlights is saves by your goalkeeper, it means that probably the team could have done much better. Look, do we miss something here in that top 10? There are some things that I would have loved immediately to scratch. The Locatelli game against Milan was in 2023. The Euro, I would scratch it as well. The saves by Szczesny, is that really a top 10? I don't know. Some moments I would love to keep. Look, I'm thinking about probably the Leipzig game. I'm thinking probably about the Manchester City game. I'm thinking maybe about, you will tell me, the Inter game, or probably some people will think about the Inter game. But it's really crazy that all of these moments that we are thinking that were maybe not mentioned, they were really with that Kiss-Cool effect. I'm not sure if Kiss-Cool effect is known internationally, but when I was younger and I was watching on French television, there was a Mint a mint that was called Kiss Cool, and it was an adult television where you always saw two different moments. The Kiss Cool effects, your first one, that beautiful refreshing feeling that you were extremely happy about and all your body went really super refreshing, and then you had that second Kiss Cool effect when you were exhaling, where everything could happen. Something could crash or something beautiful could happen, but something totally unrealistic could happen. It was that Kiss Cool effect, refreshing, and then boom, what is the consequence of it? Look, I think that all these moments that we are seeing now are all Kiss Cool effect. The Leipzig game, for example, beautiful win, 10 against 11, against all the injustice, the referee that was a disaster, and then Bremer out, Nico Gonzalez out, Koopmeiners, the ribs. Manchester City, yeah, beautiful, but then because you don't win against Venezia the game after, that moment was immediately gone, and then you start thinking, yeah, but Manchester City, look, they are in the most difficult moment of their history. Probably it was not Juve that was strong, but Manchester City that was not strong. Then you go towards Inter. Yes, you do a remontada, but at the end of the day, we are looking at the result. It's a 4-4. 4-4, guys. 4-4. I cannot put that in my top 10 because it's a draw. If it's not a win, it's a draw. Even a win, a single win, is something already difficult to put there for me if it's not a win that brings you a trophy. So you see all Kiss Cool effects moment in 2024, and not enough for me to enter, and that's a bit annoying, honestly, when we are reviewing it. Let me know if I forgot something, if AI forgot about a huge, big, memorable thing. You want to speak about the Kiss Cool effects about Douglas Luiz. We signed a player from Premier League, then he comes and we never see him. Koopmeiners, the biggest midfielder of Serie A, that is doing season after season after season, and now we start still discussing what is the best role for Koop because he's not performing at his best. Yildiz number 10, but he's, according to some people, playing out of position. He's not playing as a number 10. You know, we have all these paradoxes. That means, look, what do I keep from 2024? Hopefully the 2025 will be different. And hopefully we can start immediately with a Supercoppa win in the semi-final against Milan, and then winning also the next one in the final, bringing a Supercoppa home, which would be extremely beautiful. I don't know if I said it earlier or not. I will be in Saudi Arabia. I know that I said that, but I would love to meet a lot of Saudi Arabia fans that are following the channel. We know it. There is a huge, big community. I will be there. It's a one-in-a-lifetime occasion. So if we can, let me know here in the comment section that you will go to the game or not, that you will be present there. That would be extremely beautiful. Ragazzi, grazie for following the channel. Grazie for putting a maximum fly to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, please, to keep safe, to enjoy with your family, with your friend. Enjoy the rest of the day and the days. Grazie, forza, Juve.